Let's talk a bit about the trajectory of your campaign. You started out as a top challenger to Trump, fighting for first place. Now, the majority of the energy of your team is really focused on fighting Nikki Haley. Can you admit you found yourself in a fight for second place?
Well, I've had $40 million spent against me. That's more than all the other Republicans combined. That's more than has been spent in this election cycle combined with Biden and Trump. And they've come in after me. So that shows you that they view me as a threat. They would not be spending that type of money if they didn't think that I was a threat. So we're doing it. I mean, look, when we're getting hit, we're going to hit back. But I've been very clear about drawing contrast with Donald Trump. I think the issue is, a lot of people in corporate media, they only want to see you hitting Trump the way, say, like a Chris Christie does. We focus on those contrasts. A lot of times you don't get very much play with it, but I'm out there delivering that in town halls, in debates, when I'm there meeting voters one-on-one, because there are big contrasts in terms of Trump's promises and lack of delivery.
But you're
and then
much
my promises
closer in the race to Nikki Haley than you are to Trump. What happened?
Well, no. I mean, first of all, Trump has always been leading in the race. I mean, he's the former president. He's one of the most famous people in there.
But you're not even the top challenger to him now.
We are the top. They wouldn't be spending that money if we weren't the top. I'm the only one that has a chance to beat Trump and win the general election. Nikki Haley can't get conservative voters. She's playing for voters who are not even core Republicans. And they've even, you guys love polls. When they do polls, if they take Trump out, I'm winning overwhelmingly because core Republicans and conservatives trust that I would do well.
Can you admit this is not where you wanted to be at this point?
She is playing for a fringe, but she's not playing to win. In fact, she will not even rule out. So most of her support are people that really don't like Donald Trump. She's the darling of the never Trumpers. And yet when she's asked, okay, will you just categorically put this to bed and say you will not accept the vice presidential nomination? She will not answer that question.
Well, speaking again of Nikki Haley, and you mentioned this in some of your earlier comments, but in a New Hampshire town hall last night, she said that, Iowa starts it, but New Hampshire corrects it. Do you think New Hampshire is going to correct what Iowa decides?
Well, one, I think it's a slap in the face to Iowans to say that they somehow need to be corrected. It's almost as if like she's acknowledging she's not going to do well here, and so she's blaming the voters. That's unacceptable. And I can tell you, I've gone to all 99 counties. I've spoken with people all across this state, and what I've come away with it is a lot of optimism about America, because you have people that are hardworking, God-fearing, patriotic. They represent the backbone of this country, so they don't need correcting. And I think for Nikki Haley to be in a different state and trying to virtue signal in ways that diminish the voters of Iowa, I think it was a mistake. But sometimes these gaffes are what people really think, and I think that's what she really thinks. She's not showing up in the places that I've shown up, and she's not going to do that. She's relying on massive amounts of money from a lot of liberal donors on Wall Street and in Silicon Valley to try to do it. That doesn't work in Iowa. And I think the people that have tried to do that traditionally have not done well. But it does just come on the heels of, her botching Caitlin Clark and trying to say, mixing up a CNN anchor with the basketball star here. And I'm just thinking to myself, she's phony. She doesn't have core set of convictions. She's coming in here. She's trying to be relatable, but just doesn't get Iowa. And I think that's becoming more and more apparent. And here's the thing. Her, quote, rise was media driven. There's not a lot of grassroots energy. You can talk to all these activists here. They're not seeing it. It's been media driven. But now that she's facing scrutiny, what they giveth, they can taketh away. And so I think you're going to start to see, a lot of turbulence just because she's not good off script. She can take the scripted questions the minute she's got to improvise. We saw it in New Hampshire a week ago with some of the other stuff she's had to deal with. So I think that's going to be par for the course. And as Republicans, you need to have a candidate that's going to be able to handle this, because you are going to be put through the wood chipper by the corporate press the minute you're going against a Democrat, and she's just not going to be able to handle that.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.